This is the Louie T Network.
I'm ready for some football. I don't know about you. Who else could it be but your man Louie? Yeah.
Overtime! So we head to overtime.
A great play by their young corner that I love. I think he's going to be really good. He's got his growing pains. There are times he gets beat or gets called for PI. But I think that young Baylor corner, he's going to be something. I really like his game. I've said it before. I've talked about how I think he's going to continue to develop. And Xavien Howard, eventually, the light bulb's going to come on for him. And he's going to become a really good corner for them. Who else could it be? Me, your man, Louie T. Welcome to Monday Night Football Overtime. AFC East family business. You know how the family do it. And this is how the Dolphins always do it when it comes to the Patriots down in Miami. It's always a little different when those boys come down and make the trek to Miami. It's one thing when they go up to Foxborough, Brady usually has his way. But when he brings the troops down to South Florida, those boys usually do work. Tom either gets banged up, banged around, or they leave with an L. Tonight, they got 2 out of the 3. Tom didn't get banged up, but he got banged around, and they took an L. Now, this doesn't change anything, okay? For you Patriot haters out there, and there are plenty of you, this doesn't change anything. They win next week. They're still going to be the #1 seed, most likely. All right? So, nothing has changed. Everything that they want is still right in front of them. They want home field advantage. They want #1 seed in the AFC, and a win next week at Pittsburgh can get them exactly that. However, tonight was an example of the fact that I've said this all season long. I still believe this now. Of late, they've looked more like the team that we expect, but they're still vulnerable. They're still not destroying teams. They beat Buffalo 23-3 last week. 23-3. That's a game that in past years, they would have put up 38 on Buffalo, disrespected them in their house, and left the Bills thinking to themselves, do we belong going to the playoffs? Do we even need to try? Nope, they didn't shatter their hopes and dreams. They just beat them 23-3. That's it. We've seen them have some squeakers, some nail biters. Hell, when they beat this Dolphins team a couple of weeks ago with Matt Moore, even that game wasn't as impressive. It was a win. But you didn't walk away from that game saying, wow, Patriots are back. You just said, they found a way to win. Wasn't pretty, but they won. It was gritty. It was a dub. It's the Patriots. It's what they do. That's what we always say, right? Well, I was waiting and waiting and waiting for them to turn on the switch tonight. And much like the Steelers, yep, family business, close family affair. They know us. We know them. They're going to try to scare the bejesus out of us. But at the end of the day, we're the big brother, and we know how to find a way to win. And just like the Steelers big bro the Ravens last night, I thought that the Patriots were going to big bro the Dolphins in the fourth quarter. But they didn't. And that's a testament to this Dolphins football team. And let me start off this show by saying that, my friends, is the exact definition, everybody, let's say it together, of that Dolphins shit right there. That's what I'm talking about when I say that's that Dolphins shit. That's what I'm talking about right there. You never know what you're going to get out of the goddamn Miami Dolphins. Now, I will grant you this. If you're a Dolphins fan, you expect to play the Patriots tough in Miami. It's what you do. Sometimes you win. sometimes you don't, but you're going to give them a run for their money at home. You do that. Unlike the other teams in the division, maybe the Jets. The Jets give them a run for their money generally when they come to New Jersey. But it's not like when they come to Miami. Brady usually gets banged up or banged around or both, and a lot of times they lose when they come down to Miami. Well, he got banged around and they lost in this game. But you saw the talent tonight, man. I've been yelling this for 2 years now. The Dolphins are one of the most talented football teams in this league. They've got talent. Look out for the Dolphins. Every year I fall into the damn trap. Here come the Dolphins. Here they come. And here's why I say that. That's that Dolphins shit. Because 1 week, they could look like the worst team in the league, get their ass handed to them by the Jets, don't score any points, or go over to London and get shut out by the Saints. Then the next week, they're beating the Denver Broncos by 100 points. And then the week after that, they're beating the New England Patriots on Monday Night Football. Then you turn around and you say, where has this team been? And now, next week, they'll go to Buffalo and they'll score 3 whole points and they'll lose 24-3. And you know what I'm going to say then too? You guessed it. That's that Dolphin shit. Hey, but let's not spoil tonight, shall we? Okay? Let's not spoil tonight by talking about what's going to happen next week. Because we all know they're going to stink next week. Let's enjoy tonight. No, let's not talk about next week. Let's talk about tonight. Because they were outstanding tonight. And some of the players that I've told you in the past that I absolutely love, they showed their ass tonight. All right, Xavien Howard, I played that clip at the beginning. That was from last week. I've talked up Xavien Howard. He's gotten better, to me, in the league than he was in college. I wasn't impressed with him coming out of Baylor. I wasn't. I said, I don't know about this guy. But as I've watched him in the league, I said, man, I'm going to tell you what. Xavien Howard looks legit, man. I've been watching him. He looks legit. Last week, he had 2 picks, 1 to the crib. I said, hey, look, man, the light bulb. And you never know with these players. That's why I hate when people come to me, hey, what do you think about Solomon Thomas? Is he a bust? He's a rookie. He hasn't even played a full NFL season yet. What do you mean? The light bulb doesn't come on for each player at the same time. Don't compare your rookie to somebody else's. Just because that rookie is lighting it up in year 1, your rookie might not come on till year 3. You got to give these guys time to develop and mature. Everybody doesn't do it at the same rate. I remember Nnamdi Asomugha, corner of the Oakland Raiders, once upon a time. He didn't get it till like year 4 of his rookie deal. Everyone was looking around like, man, does this guy suck or what? In year 4, he had like 8 picks. Everybody was like, this guy's a beast. Yeah. Took him 4 years to figure it out, but he figured it out. And Xavien Howard, I said, man, I think year 2, he's starting to figure it out. Sure enough, look at him tonight, man. Kenyan Drake. I told you I liked that kid at Alabama. I liked him a lot. I like her a lot. He just didn't get a lot of playing time. Not a lot of burn when you're in the same backfield with Eddie Lacy and Derrick Henry. Not a lot of playing time for old Kenyan Drake. But the Dolphins did the smart thing, traded away Jay Ajayi, and nothing was the same. Did you see what I did right there? Hell no, you didn't see what I just did right there. Don't worry about it. That one went over your head. Anyway, the guy's got talent. And if you're a Redskins fan and you're watching out there right now, that's what we need. We need one of those guys. You remember those guys that I told you about? The BYOB guys? Be your own blocker? How many guys did he make miss in the backfield tonight? Unblocked defender, 2 yards in the backfield, and Kenyan Drake said, nope, not me for a 2-yard loss. You won't get me? Spin move, take that. Jump cut, take that. Take that, take that, take that, take that, take that. Then run for another 35, 40 yards. We need one of those. We need one of those. Like Stewie would say, we need one of those. Dude's a beast. I've always wanted to see more Kenyan Drake. More Kenyan Drake, please. Always wanted to see more. Well, we got more. He can catch. He can run. Did you see that blitz pickup at the end of the game when Jay Cutler went deep on a deep ball that should have been a touchdown to Jakeem Grant? God, he stepped up and destroyed that blitzer in the A-gap. Come get you some. They got talent, man. There's talent in Miami. Jay Cutler looked like a different dude tonight, didn't he? Didn't he? That's that Dolphin shit. But in any event, thank you for joining me on this program tonight. Monday Night Football overtime. Dolphins reign victorious over the New England Patriots and tell them to put your damn t-shirts and hats down for another week as they get to win 27-20 and stop the Patriots from clinching their 9th straight AFC East division crown. Now, they'll get that eventually, okay? Don't put the t-shirts and hats away and tape up the boxes. Leave the boxes open. Just put them away until next week or maybe the week after that. In any event, just don't pull them out tonight. Dolphins did what they needed to do to secure a victory and make sure that the Patriots don't once again go 6-0 in the division. That's what this means. This is what that signifies. Good for the Dolphins. And this is a really good game plan. Now, again, no Gronk in this game. I get it. That's not their problem. Tell Gronk to stop WWEing folks and elbow dropping cats after plays are done and giving people concussions with your big ass Terminator 2050 elbow brace. So, in any event, they deserved it, what they got tonight. From that standpoint. 0 for on third downs. When's the last time you've seen the New England Patriots 0 for on third downs with Tom Brady at quarterback? It doesn't happen. Xavien Howard put the shackles on Brandon Cooks, and no other Patriot receiver was a factor in this game. I thought they would make the adjustment in the second half to say, all right, you want to take away our receivers? We'll just give you some back action. All right, James White, go get him. All right, Dion, giddy up. Come on, Rex. Let's go. Time to start killing them out of the backfield. It didn't happen tonight. I was waiting and waiting and waiting for something that never came. Hey, fine by me. They got after Brady like they always do in Miami. Hell, they get after Brady even in New England. They get after Brady. Period. They hit Brady. They disrupt Brady. And this is why I said the New England Patriots want no part of Jacksonville. Because what the Dolphins did tonight, the Jaguars can do the exact same thing. When Brady is flustered, how many times you saw Brady skip the football to one of his receivers that was somewhat open? Flats, wide side of the field. Brady not really pressured on this play, but feeling a little bit of heat, sensing he needs to get rid of it a little quicker than normal. Skips one out there to a guy that seems like he could pick up 5 or 6 on the play. That's what pressure does to Tom Brady. We've seen it with the Denver Broncos over the years. We've seen it with this same Dolphins football team. You get pressure on Brady, you can disrupt his timing, you can make him speed up that internal clock, and all of a sudden, Tom Brady doesn't look like Tom TBE. But that being said, Dolphins also look good on offense. They didn't just win this game on defense. They were outstanding on defense, picking Brady off twice, keeping them 0 for on third downs. I think they were 0 for 8, 0 for 9 on third downs, really limiting the Patriots on offense in every way imaginable. Brady almost had less than 50% completion percentage tonight. I mean, they were all over him. Multi-interception game for Brady in a season where, what did he have? 6, maybe 5 INTs the entire season? Damn near double. He damn near had that, half of that tonight. I mean, he's been pretty spectacular in taking care of the football this year. Another one of those single-digit years in terms of INTs for Tom Brady. But he threw 2 tonight. I mean, they were magnificent on defense. But the offense was just as good. They matched the defense's intensity, because all of that good defense could have went for naught if the offense decided to only score 13 tonight. They still would have lost the game. So the offense played well. Cutler was outstanding. Kenyan Drake, to me, on the offensive side, and Xavien Howard on the defensive side, 2 second-year players, to me, showing their worth tonight. They were the stars of the game, if you ask me. One on each side of the football, 2 young guys that this organization can look at as cornerstones of their football team are balling out tonight on the national stage so everybody can see. So Kenyan Drake was outstanding. Kenyan Drake was outstanding. Jakeem Grant with a nice catch in the end zone, going up at 5'8", going up and getting that football. Okay, I see you. And just know this. If you're going to attack a Patriots corner, go after Malcolm Butler's ass, please. He stay getting roasted. That's why they told him, hey, you want some money? Take your ass to New Orleans. See if they'll give you a deal. You find somebody that'll trade with us, you're free to go. We're not paying your ass nothing. Okay? So he'll be on the streets next year. He's a free agent. He'll be on the streets next year. Somebody will sign him because he's a good corner. But, boy, you can go after his ass. He's lacking the confidence that he's been playing with for the last couple of years. I don't know why this is, but I've seen this now with 2 really solid corners. When you go out as a team and go get a guy and put him over a guy that was already there that was playing good football, i.e. Josh Norman in Washington over Bashaud Breeland, who thought he was going to be the #1 guy, and you pay him all that money, him being Josh Norman, and he thought that was his money, that next year, boy, do they have a down year or what? Confidence gets shaken a little bit. I don't know why. But Malcolm Butler thought he was a guy in New England, thought he was going to get the big payday. They go out, spend their money on the cornerback from Buffalo, give him all the money, and Stephon Gilmore, and he looks up and says, hey, what about me? And it was like, what about you? Oh, it's like that? They're like, it's the Patriot way. What do you mean is it like that? He said, well, I'm going to go look for a trade partner then. You go right ahead. See if you can find somebody. And he hasn't played the same since. He's looked like a shell of himself this year. You can attack Malcolm Butler. And he got it tonight. And if not for Jakeem Grant dropping that football at the end, he would have gotten roasted for about 3 scores tonight. But in any event, big win for the Dolphins. That's that Dolphin shit in its truest, rawest form right there. They were good on both sides of the football. Kudos to them. And I like their head coach, man. I like Adam Gase. Like that he wears his emotions on his sleeve. I like that he's not taking any nonsense. I like the fact that they traded away Jay Ajayi. I like Kenyan Drake. My only gripe with Kenyan Drake coming out of Alabama was, can you stay healthy, bro? The talent is there. Can you stay healthy? If he stays healthy, you got something. And I like Damian Williams, too. I haven't said for the last 2 years strong, 2 years plus, as a matter of fact, that the Dolphins are one of the most talented teams in the league for no reason. I like a lot of the stuff that they have. I really do. So they're going to be just fine. Still need Tannehill to come back and run the show. They're going to be just fine. Don't you worry. As you get to the Patriots, there's not a lot to chew on here. It's not like you feel any different about the Patriots tonight because they lost. You know, teams lose all the time. I don't feel any different about them. I've been saying all season long there's something a little off with this Patriots team, but they're going to be in the AFC Championship game because there's just not enough teams that are good enough to knock them off. There are 3 teams in the AFC that are capable of knocking them off, and if the Chargers get in, that'll make it 4. Okay? Baltimore, Jacksonville, Pittsburgh. That's it. Nobody else in the AFC is capable of knocking these boys off. And Baltimore, I don't think they can knock them off because they can't get to the quarterback. As in the past years when they've had success against Brady, they could get to Brady and get him off the spot and make him uncomfortable. They can't do that. Ben Roethlisberger just threw for 500 yards. Tom Brady will carve their ass up. So it's really more so 2 teams, Jacksonville and Pittsburgh because both of them can get to the quarterback. And if you want to throw the Chargers in there, go right ahead. But I don't really see many teams being able to take advantage of this Patriots team. They've got injuries along the offensive line. No Gronk in this game helped attribute to the offer on third downs. But bottom line is, I've had concerns about this team all season long. And it wouldn't shock me if this isn't their year. Look, you can't win every year, right? But I'm not going overboard with just one loss. They're still the Patriots. They're still the best, one of the best teams in all of football, not just the AFC. Next week, if they go to Pittsburgh and win by 17, it wouldn't shock me. And they'd be the number 1 seed all over again, and I wouldn't bat an eye, okay? So tonight, Brady was under siege. The offensive line was in shambles. They took advantage. They blitzed. Give some credit to the defensive coordinator of the Dolphins. I thought he was outstanding in switching up looks and coverages. A lot of man-to-man, a lot of, all right, our guy against your guy. Who's going to win? No Gronk. I'm not afraid of your guys. I'm going to challenge you mano y mano, and I think my guys can win, and we're coming after Brady because we don't think you can pick up all these blitzes. They run blitz, they pass blitz. McDonald in the backfield for a 2-yard tackle for loss. They were blitzing the draws off of the Patriots tonight. And when they weren't blitzing, they were still getting a little bit of pressure. I might have been wrong about Charles Harris. I still have my reservations and doubts. Got my eye on him, though. Seems like he may have a little bit of juice off the edge. I'm still not sure. I'm a little skeptical still. But they got pressure tonight. Whether it was Harris, or it was Wake, or it was Sue, or it was Phillips, or it was Branch, they were getting consistent pressure. Godshaw, they were all getting in there. They took turns. They ran a G on that line. So, Patriots need to clean that up. Health will help. Will go a long way in fixing that. I thought I would see the adjustment tonight. I thought, one, they would run it more because they've been running it so well the last few weeks. Thought I would see more run. And I thought I would see more backs exclusively out of the backfield being targeted because of the lack of production from the receivers. And never got the adjustment in this game. Don't know why, but it is what it is. I expect them to be a lot better next week versus the Steelers. And again, wouldn't shock me in the least if they go on the road to Heinz Field and come away with the win. So that's that for the Patriots. But defensively, you can go after the Patriots because they don't get pressure on the quarterback. I've been saying that all season long. They don't get pressure on your quarterback. And they won't get pressure on your quarterback. They're relying on their secondary to lock up your guys because they feel confident in the ability of McCourty and Stephon Gilmore and Butler and Chung to do work in the secondary. They are confident that their guys can win in the secondary. And Harmon, all of those guys. They feel confident that those guys will do their jobs. Even if the quarterback has 4.5 seconds to find somebody open, they feel like their guys can still win. I don't love their linebackers. I don't love their D-line. There's a lot left to be desired on defense. But they've been doing a much better job of stopping teams from scoring points. And that's all that matters. I thought John Gruden said it best on the telecast. Bill Belichick and Matt Patricia will give you yards for Christmas. They don't give a damn about. You can have 470 total yards of offense as long as it only amounts to 16 points. They don't give a damn. Take your 470 and shove it. That's what this league is all about. You can have the yards, man. You can go 20 to 20 all night long if you like. You just can't get in the end zone. You start getting in the end zone, now we have a problem. Dolphins got in the end zone tonight. That was the problem. Had they held the Dolphins to one more field goal instead of a touchdown, different ballgame. Instead of 27, it's 23. You're looking at a different ballgame. But they had trouble keeping them out of the end zone tonight. The first 2 possessions, they were able to force them to kick field goals. The rest of the game, touchdowns. That was the difference in the game. So, Dolphins get the win 27-20. Epitomized that Dolphin shit on Monday Night Football. The last time we saw these boys on primetime, remember, there was a 3-week stretch where we couldn't shake the Dolphins on primetime television. They were on our sets on every major outlet. They took a Thursday ass whooping. They turned around, took a Sunday ass whooping, and then followed that up with a Monday ass whooping. He was like, don't give us any more Dolphins football on national television, please. Sign all NFL fans. They said, hey, we got one more Dolphins game for you. I was like, come on, guy? Really? And then the Dolphins said, got some Dolphin shit for you. Special delivery. I want that. Special delivery. Can I have that? Special delivery. We got a special delivery for you. An L for the Patriots. When they think they're going to clinch the division. On Monday Night Football. That was surprising. Didn't see it coming. But impressive nonetheless. Patriots dropped to 10-3. Only one game out of first place in the AFC conference. And they got the number one team next week on the road. So it's not like they can't make that ground up. Meanwhile, Dolphins go to 6-7. They're out of playoff contention in the AFC. However, it's a nice feather in the cap of Adam Gase's first win versus Bill Belichick and what he hopes is many to come. So, got to show those boys you're not afraid of them. Only way to do that is to win. That's what they did tonight. Let's get to some comments out there. See what you guys have to say. All right. See what we got. Enrique Valencia says, looks like I'm getting that piss cup again this week, shaking my head. Does this mean I get banned? Nah, I'm not going to ban you no more, man. We too late in the season for that, man. I'm going to just let you ride it on out, man. If you want to go 2-14, 3-13, set a new low for losses and wins, hey, that's on you, man. I'm going to let you do what you do. Not going to ban you anymore, Enrique, man. Do your thing. Captain Spartan says, shit, now us Steelers got to face an angry Tom Brady and Patriots. Thanks a lot, Dolphins. Would you have rather faced a pleasant Tom Brady and New England? You want them to lose because if they lost tonight and then you beat them next week, you pretty much got that thing locked up. No, not pretty much. You do. Up two with 2 left, you're the number 1 seed in the AFC. Stop complaining and do your job, as the Patriots would say. 3-11 Atlas says, only one thing needs to be said. That's that Dolphin shit. Come on, guys. Y'all know the routine, man. I don't have to tell you. You know. You already know. That's that Dolphin shit personified. Right there. Captain Spartan 04 says, and the media is going to all of a sudden start crowning us Steelers like we're the greatest team, and the Patriots will even use that as motivation. Now, that is a fact. They'll start talking about, oh, look at the Steelers. They're playing great football, and they were in a similar situation, but they were able to come back and win. And, yeah, that's going to piss the Patriots off, and Tom Brady's going to be mad. That doesn't matter. Find a way to win. At home. Find a way to win. Not going to be easy because you're banged up on defense. Find a way to win. Soundwave92 says, this was an absolute failure on all fronts. The Pats tonight sucked. No two ways about it. Steelers are going to be dealing with a pissed off TB12 come Sunday. Again, don't think that matters. Not like Tom was going to come in high off sugar and nuts, off candy and nuts after winning this game. Had they clinched the division, he wasn't going to be like, well, I'm just as jolly and chipper as I can be. We clinched our 9th straight division title. And it's Christmas time, and I'm in the giving mood. How about you, Steelers? How do you feel? He wasn't coming into the game happy and chipper. He was looking to bust some ass anyway. He's just got even more incentive to do it now. You still have a goal in front of you. Beat the damn Patriots and lock up the number 1 seed. That hasn't changed. Had they won this game, you would have had the same goal. Captain Spartan 04 says, and for every weakness the Dolphins expose won't be a weakness anymore. It will be doubled down to make sure it doesn't happen. Not quite sure. Again, one of their biggest problems tonight was no Gronk. He'll be back next week. So you'll have to deal with that. But bottom line is, they've got some weaknesses, and unless they get some guys back from injury, those problems aren't going to just go away. They're still going to exist come next week. Ed says, how about them Dolphins? Hashtag fins up. Hey, how about them Dolphins, Ed? Many a times you've been up here like, man, we stink. Don't talk about the Dolphins. We don't deserve to be talked about. It's good to see you get a reprieve from that, man. Good for your boys on national television. Vincent Coe says, that boy Xavien Howard looking nice. Yes, indeed. John Perez says, let the fact that Jay Cutler and the Dolphins defeated the mighty Patriots sink in for a few minutes. Yep. But I'm going to tell you what. If you know the Dolphins like I know them, they get those boys a run in Miami every year. Now, they don't always win. But they get those boys a run, man. So, when they go to Miami, they don't always beat the Patriots. But when they do beat the Patriots, they do it in style. Captain Spartan says, get ready for Tom Brady to put up 40 on us Steelers next week. I don't think they've put up 40 all season. I don't think they've put up 40 all season. I'm trying to recollect. I know they've had a couple of shootouts with Houston and Carolina. I don't think they've put a 40 burger on anybody this year. They gave up 40 to Kansas City, though. Again, that was all the way back in week 1. I don't think they've put up 40. So why would you think you're going to get a 40 burger on your skull? I don't think they've put up 40. And I could be wrong. And they could have gotten somebody for 40 this year. I don't think they've gotten any. This is not that kind of Patriots team. I keep trying to tell y'all this. In past years, they would have put 40 on at least 2 teams by now. They've played some bum-ass teams this year. But they haven't been able to turn on that switch. That switch is not available. Ed says, that boy Xavien Howard is a beast. Everybody did their thing. I'm happy about this win. Hashtag fins up. You should be. Dominic Garland says that corner was locking up Brandon Cooks. He did. Kyle Sean 86 says Miami dominates the whole game until the end. Dolphins win. Yep. MC89 says Jay Cutler GOAT. Hey, he was playing well tonight, man. You know, Jay will always tease you with his talents every now and again. The Soundwave 92 says the Pats will be working overtime. Those boys ain't sleeping tonight. When Pats lose, they adjust, double down on weaknesses, and then destroy the opponent next week. Okay, if you say that, see, y'all keep thinking of the old Patriots. The Patriots that could do that, that had a switch. They don't have a switch this year, man. They don't have a switch this year. So, I'm going to let y'all stick with that notion that they're going to just somehow go to Pittsburgh and put up 40. They might win next week. I'm not doubting that. They're not going to do it in this convincing fashion that embarrasses the Steelers and makes them look inferior to the Patriots. If they beat Pittsburgh next week, it'll be a close game. And maybe they pull away late. But it ain't going to be like how it was against the Falcons on Sunday night earlier in the season where they just dominated them. Even though the score wasn't egregious, they dominated that game. We watched that game. The Falcons never had a shot in that game. Kyle Sean 86 says, you said we would be embarrassing our home. I did. I didn't think you would show up and perform the way you did tonight. I'm not going to lie to you. I know the Dolphins are capable against the Patriots in Miami. I see it every year. But I didn't expect this performance from you. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sit here and act as if I called this one because I didn't. I thought you were going. I was not looking forward to this game. Every time I've said that this season, we've gotten a good game. I wasn't looking forward to Green Bay, Pittsburgh. Oh, my God, the Steelers are going to kill the Packers. Brett Hundley stinks. I don't want to see this game. Turned out to be a hell of a ball game. I said the same thing here. I don't want to see this game. It's going to be garbage. Turned out to be a good game. I don't want to see Tennessee, Indianapolis. It's going to stink. Turned out to be a really good game. Every time I've said that this season, it turned out to be a pretty solid game. So I'm glad you guys showed up and made it a good game and didn't show us the same team that we saw against Carolina a month ago on Monday night. Beyond the Benches says, let your boy call in. I need to celebrate. Dark Sealer 1995 says, they are who we thought they were. The Pats defense was proven to be god-awful just like they always are. I told you I don't think this is a good Pats defense, but they're not as bad as they were earlier in the season. You know, somehow, some way, they're keeping teams out of the end zone for the most part now. So I didn't think they would be able to fix it the way that they have. And I don't even know if they really have fixed it as much as maybe the competition isn't as great. But nonetheless, they've done a really good job of keeping teams out of the end zone. And facts don't lie. And I can't sit here and act like they haven't been much better on defense because they were horrible early in the season. They've been light years better. You know, more along the lines of what I've come to know and love from Matt Patricia and company. So, yeah, defense wasn't that great tonight, but we'll see what happens moving forward. Reese says, yo, what up, Lou? I'm on the same train with my Bucks as you are with your team. They don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I feel you. Know the feeling. John Perez says, that's that Dolphins shit, Lou. Yep. Tried to tell you. Ed says, number 19, I forgot his name, should have caught that ball. That would have been the ball game. Drake was amazing tonight. You're talking about Grant. You're talking about Jakeem Grant. If he would have caught that ball, that would have been the icing on the cake. That would have been a 30 burger on the head of the Patriots tonight. And a second touchdown for him. Reese says, Jameis and Dirk are at odds apparently. How often does the head coach win these quarterback head coach disputes? Hint, it's never. Dirk's only way to keep the job is if Jameis vouched for him. If him and Jameis aren't on the same page, he's as good as well gone. Cloud says, yeah, Drake impressed me. Very shifty and fast. Same thing I said about him at Alabama. He was just trapped on the bench and didn't get enough looks and was always injured. He was more highly recruited than both Henry and Lacey. So, I mean, that tells you just how much he was thought of at Alabama. But the injuries saw him fall down the depth chart and he never was able to really regain his spot. But the dude is talented. No doubt about it. John Perez says, the Stewie reference means you're a Family Guy fan, right? Or South Park. I am a Family Guy. I don't watch the show religiously, but I love me some Family Guy. Reese says, thoughts on the Dolphins throwbacks? They are, they're lovely. Every time they wear them, I fall in love all over again. Don't know why they ever went away from those, but, you know, in the sake of looking trendy and, you know, doing something different, they went away from them, but those things are crispy. Cloud says, Dolphins always be on that Dolphins shit. Always, it seems like. Dark Sealer 1995 says, the Patriots pass rush stinks. They have to blitz every play to get pressure. That's what they do. They have to. They can't generate it with just 4. They don't have the guys. They don't have the horses. John Perez says, I think this game is going to motivate the Pats to smash the Steelers badly. Okay, we'll see. Argenis Luguardo says, hey, Louie, totally off topic, but which QB should my Giants take? I like both, but I lean more towards the finished product. I got to watch more of these quarterbacks. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not overly impressed with any of them. I'm more of a Josh Allen guy myself. He's so toolsy, but those toolsy guys can get you into trouble. I think Sam Darnold's overrated, and I think Josh Rosen is a head case. So pick at your discretion. Reese says, it baffles me that people are talking about Matt Patricia as a head coaching candidate. Their defense stinks every year. No, they don't, Reese. They don't stink every year. They just, I feel like he does a great job every year because they don't give him a lot to work with. They don't give him top-notch talent. Patriots aren't drafting first-round defensive talent, every year. Hell, most years they don't even have a first-round pick. They trade it away. They don't value draft picks like everyone else does because they got Tom Brady. They're trying to win now. So they value veterans on other teams more so than young guys that have to come in and learn how to be professionals and have to take 2 or 3 years to develop. They ain't about that life in New England. They're trying to win now because they know they got a window with Tom Brady at quarterback. So they're going out and getting Brandon Cooks and trading away picks to go get Coney Ealy, who they then promptly cut in the preseason. They don't give a damn about draft picks. So they give them a smorgasbord of undrafted, late-round draft pick guys, castaways from other teams like Shea McClellan and Kyle Van Noy. They'll trade for those guys that didn't work out in other stops as high draft picks and try to bring them to New England and clean them up. He does a phenomenal job with all the castaways he gets. So, Soundwave says, Phillips was a effing monster tonight. Brady got the shit kicked out of him hard tonight, but those 2 INTs were killers. They were big from a momentum standpoint. They weren't big in a sense of, man, that took points off the scoreboard or anything of the sort. It was just more reinforcement that, hey, you don't come over here with that nonsense tonight. I'm not having it. Cooks is off limits. You can go somewhere else, but don't come over here. Your chef, he ain't cooking no meals tonight, man. John Perez says, Pat's defense stinks. Was Matt Patricia the D coordinator? Smoke? No. The Pats just looked like straight up ass cheeks. They didn't. First of all, they didn't look that bad. They lost by 7. Okay, and Matt Patricia does a phenomenal job with the guys that he gets. Again, you give a lot of these coordinators, these quote unquote good defensive coaches and coordinators and head coaches around the league, the talent that he has to work with, and see if they're able to get what Matt Patricia gets out of those guys. I mean, it's easy to demean him right now because he doesn't have a pass rush. The guy that they were banking on being their pass rusher, Rivers, out of Youngstown State, tore his ACL before they could even get him on the field. So they were really banking on that guy to be a pass rusher extraordinaire for him. Didn't work out that way. But he doesn't have a lot of talent. It is what it is. He's trying to make do with what he's got. So Kevin says, damn, Patriots could have got me in the winner's circle this week, shaking my head. It's a lot of y'all that was counting on the Patriots to get y'all out of 10. I love it, man. I got a lot of company taking a trip out to Losersville this week. Jay Orion says, LOL, why are you so hard on the Dolphins? Because the Dolphins are so hard on everybody else. The Dolphins are hard on me because believe it or not, I like the Dolphins a lot to a detriment. And they kill me every time because I'm over here selling Dolphins paraphernalia every year. Look out for the Dolphins. Dolphins a dangerous team. Dolphins got a ton of talent. And they always shit on my face every year. Every year. They do the same thing to me. I laud and praise the Dolphins as the team to look out for. And I pick them on my sheets. And they get blown out. And they cost me games. And that's why I'm hard on the Dolphins. And then when I don't pick them, when I have no faith in them, like last week versus the Broncos, what do? They score 35 and destroy the Denver Broncos at home. But when I say, hey, go beat the Jets. Go beat the Jets in New York. They score a measly 6 points with no time left on the clock. Or they would have been shut out 20-0. Or when I say, hey, go to London, beat the Saints. They're still struggling. They score no points. That's why I'm so hard on the Dolphins. Laszlo Kiss says, you can't go into Pittsburgh and not be able to sustain a drive. Pats look bad on offense and defense. They'll be better next game. They'll have Gronk next game. That itself is enough for 4 first downs. All right. They skipped a lot of comments again, like they always do. See. Here we go. John Perez says, Belichick probably going to say, we're on to Pittsburgh. Oh, you know, the standard line right there. You already know what's coming. Black LB says, hella primetime season finale for the Dolphins, huh? Yeah, definitely. Hey, Reese says, Antonio Brown is a freak show. Dude is not human. Did they play again tonight? Did we miss them tonight? Nah, I'll mess with you, Reese. Yeah, he's in the discussion for MVP, man. He's in the discussion. Captain Spartan 04 says, we Steelers losing, dude. Angry Tom to destroy us. At least if Tom was normal, we could have caught him off guard. Normally, when you say things like that, they come to fruition when it's about your team. So I'm not going to doubt you. I don't believe that you're going to get destroyed, but you may lose the game. I need you to talk to me, say, Wednesday on winners and losers, just so I can know what I need to do this week because, and you're probably not going to change your sentiment. This is probably how you feel. But generally, when you tell me things about your Steelers, you're usually spot on. So, you're scaring me a little bit. Vegeta's Dark Side says, but this is more about the Patriots. Let me say this. Your feelings are more about the Patriots and less about your team. Normally, when you tell me stuff about your team because this is what your team does, then I need to believe you. Because generally, you have a good handle and a great pulse of what to expect from your team because of things that your team does, not of what the other teams do. So, I don't know. We'll see. Vegeta's Dark Side says, New England did hang 40 on the Broncos, but that was the only... Okay, I knew it probably was somebody in there that I was forgetting. Yeah, they beat the Broncos up pretty good. What was that, like 41-17 or something like that? But they haven't been putting 40 on people's skulls like they normally do. But I said, you know what? I'm pretty sure they put 40 on somebody, and I just can't remember because I do that every time. I say, when's the last time this happened? And I'll be really adamant and animated about it, and somebody be like, it happened 2 weeks ago. Shit. Always happens to me. Always. Dark Sealer says, I heard that the Dolphins field was interfering with the signal, so the Pats couldn't get in the... Really? That's what we're doing, Dark Sealer? I can't with you, man. John Perez says, off subject, what do you think of receiver James Washington from Oklahoma State? I think he's got some talent. I need to watch more of him, but I saw some of him last year when I was watching tape on a number of Oklahoma State players. One in particular was Chris Carson. So I saw a little bit of Washington indirectly, but I haven't actually sat down and watched tape on him. But this isn't a big receiver draft. All right, there aren't a ton of talented guys. I know there's a receiver in Memphis that's pretty good. He's pretty good. So there aren't a ton of guys, oh, my God, this guy's a freak. So I'll definitely be looking at him once the season is done and I start diving into these players. See. Janice Luguardo says, seeing Brady get shut down by pressure in the pocket brings back memories. Hashtag Giants pass rush. Oh, yeah. You thinking about those good old days. 07, 2011. Dark Sealer says, Dan Marino is the best quarterback. I take him over Tom every day of the week. You go right ahead. You go right ahead. I'll take the guy with 6 chips. Thank you. Or is it 5? When you've been to as many as he has, I start confusing numbers. I think it's 5. He may have won. Let's see. They won 3 and 4 years from 2001 to 2004. Then they lost in 07. They lost in 11. Then they beat the Falcons last year, and they beat the Seahawks. So he's got 5. He should have lost both of those Super Bowls, too. Brady should be like 3 and 6 in the Super Bowl instead of like 5 and 4. What is he? 5 and 3? I think he's been to 8. I just ran him down. He went to 3 and 4 years. He lost twice to the Giants. That's 5. He beat the Seahawks, beat the Falcons. or they beat the Falcons. Yeah. So that's 2, 4, 7. So he's 5-2 in the Super Bowl. Only 2 losses are to the Giants, correct? They never lost to like Seattle or anything. Yeah. So they're 5-2 in the Super Bowl. He should be like 3-4 in the Super Bowl. John Perez says, off subject, Grizzlies shit the bed again. Hey, bruh, I'm done with the Grizzlies for this year, man. Like, the one thing about me with basketball, like football, I can't turn it off. I can't turn it off. I'm too much of a fiend. Like, football is life. You know how they say ball is life? Football is life for me. Basketball, I can watch from afar. Like, I don't have to follow it closely. I can pick up basketball right around May, April, maybe March, when we start to get into March Madness. I'm more college basketball. I'm a Duke Blue Devils fan. We just lost our first game of the season to Boston College. A little disappointed about that. But the Grizzlies aren't good. And you know what? I'm actually not mad. They're not good. We need a good player. And we always trading away our draft picks. I think this is one of the few seasons where we actually got a first-round pick. I know we traded away our first-round pick last year, so we didn't have one first round last year. This is going to be a good draft coming up. Hey, be nice to get a top 5 pick and not use it on Hasheem Thabit this time around. Because we're Memphis. We're not going to get free agents to come to Memphis. We're going to have to actually be bad enough to draft somebody that's any good and still have time to maximize Mike Conley and Marc Gasol while they still have some prime years left. So I'm actually not against us stinking this year. If you're going to stink bad enough to get a top 5 pick. Top 3 personally, because these players in the NBA, they come off the board quick, and the good ones, they go fast. So, enough about the Grizzlies. Stinking ass. Reese says, John Gruden is going into the Ring of Fame or Ring of Honor next Monday. That crowd is going to be raucous. Hopefully, it makes him want to come back. Hashtag we want Gruden. Hashtag second coming. No. It's not going to make him want to come back more. I don't think. Dominic Garland says Gronk should be suspended for more than 1 game. He's not going to. Here we go. Reese says, how in the hell do you pronounce that Notre Dame wide receiver's name, Lou? I think you know who I mean. His name is Equanimous St. Brown. Equanimous is his name. ESB for short, man. ESB for short. But if you want to take a run at it, it's Equanimous. Have fun with that. John Perez says, what are your thoughts on the way the game was officiated as well as the other games around the league? I didn't have any problems with this particular game. I didn't love the way some of the games around the league, but I mean, the officials are going to get some things right. They're going to get some things wrong. It is what it is. It's the National Football League. These guys aren't perfect. I know I watched one game where it was the Lions and Bucks game where, okay, so the tight end, O.J. Howard, catches the football and fumbles. The Lions then pick it up. They run it back for like 7 yards to get tackled. And they initially ruled it incomplete. Then they ruled it a fumble on the field. So they couldn't decide what it was. So then they had a conference. And they're like, all right, it's a flag. So then they're like, okay, we need to meet up with each other to figure out, did he catch it or not? Because if it's a catch and a fumble, then it's not a flag for defenseless receiver, because if it's a catch, that means he can protect himself. If he didn't catch it and it's incomplete, then we're going to keep the flag. So they have a powwow for like 20 minutes, and then they come out and say, it's incomplete. So it's a flag, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defenseless, hit of a defenseless receiver, first down, Buccaneers. And then Jim Caldwell says, hey, wait, you guys just took 7 minutes and I didn't get the favorable outcome, challenge flagged. He caught that, and he fumbled, and we recovered. So take another 7 minutes to figure that out. And they did. And ultimately, it took them about 15 minutes to figure out that he caught the football, fumbled, and it was Lions ball. No penalty, none of that good stuff. It's Lions ball. Man, was that crazy. You see stuff like that sometimes. Captain says, I'll try to come Wednesday, got to test Thursday. If you got to test, I always tell you, those things supersede being here. You can always watch on playback. No worries. Soundwave says, no, 7 Super Bowls. Yep, I figured it out. I figured out the math. Appreciate it. 5-2, I figured it out. I went through my Rolodex in my head of how many Super Bowls he went to, who he played against, and I came to the 5-2 conclusion. Captain Spartan 04 says, it mainly depends on what Ben and Bell's mindset is. Also seeing if Sutton is starting and seeing if Wilcox is playing. Also got to check up on Sean Davis and Vince Williams, and I'll know. Well, I need to know from you what's good. So I'll be looking out for that. If I can get something from you, that'd be great. John Perez says, which NFL team has the best fans? There are so many great fan bases, it's hard to choose. Yeah, it's impossible to say. I mean, you got Seattle out there boxing everybody out of that stadium, and then Kansas City, when they're good, they show up at Arrowhead, it's really loud. Green Bay fans, Pittsburgh's fans, Dallas fans, they travel everywhere. I mean, it's hard to fill up a stadium without those guys infiltrating your stadium. So, I mean, there's a lot of diehard fan bases. I think Green Bay and Pittsburgh might be at the top of the list. But, again, it's hard to say. 3-11 Atlas says, just telling you, man, if the Bucs really want John Gruden back, they are high as a kite. Cloud says, Memphis looks really bad. Yeah, we're pretty bad. But there may be a silver lining in that cloud. Soundwave says, off topic, but I just want to ask, would you put Jordan Howard as an all-pro this season? Dude is the only thing relevant on John Fox's horrible offense. I wouldn't make him an all-pro, because making him an all-pro would mean that he's better than Le'Veon Bell. That means he's been better than Leonard Fournette this season, which he hasn't. That would mean he has been better than Kareem Hunt, which he hasn't, even though Kareem Hunt hasn't been much of anything of late. He just had another 100-yard game. No, I wouldn't make him an all-pro. But I think Jordan Howard has been outstanding. And I agree with you. There hasn't been many bright spots on that offense. Between him and Cohen, it's pretty much all they got on that offense. So Jordan Howard has played well. I wouldn't say all-pro well, though. All right. And that is it. That's going to do it for tonight. Dolphins defeat the Patriots 27-20. Get the win. Looked impressive in doing so. I thought they had a star on each side of the football. 2 second-year guys showing what they're about in Xavien Howard on the defensive side at the cornerback position, second-year man out of Baylor. And on the offensive side of the football, Kenyan Drake, running back out of Alabama in his second year, showing what he's about. Like I said, they traded away Jay Ajayi, inserted Kenyan Drake, and nothing was the same. So they get the win tonight. Very impressive. Cutler looked good. The offense flowed well. Defensively, they were dominant at times. Brady and company 0 of 8 or 9 on third downs in this game. Brady with 2 interceptions. I think this might have been his first multi-interception game of the season. They were dominant at times. Brady, like 24 of like 46 in this game, almost south of 50% completion percentage. They were outstanding, were the Miami Dolphins, as they get the win and stop the Patriots from clinching the AFC East on their home turf. Dolphins improved to 6-7 on the season. A little bit too late for them in terms of the playoffs, but this feels good if you're Adam Gase to finally get Bill Belichick once. Meanwhile, the Patriots dropped to 10-3. huge, massive AFC showdown next week on the road at Pittsburgh, which will go a long way in determining the #1 seed and who will have home field throughout in the AFC playoffs. So that is one worth circling the calendar for next week in Week 15, 4/25 on CBS. In any event, I'm your man, Louie T. Thank you for joining me on Monday Night Football Overtime. Dolphins get it done 27-20 over the Patriots. It was a really good game. Surprisingly entertaining. And the overriding theme of the night, hell, the entire season, that's that Dolphins shit. We saw it again tonight. In a good way this time. That's going to do it for your man Louie T here on Monday Night Football Overtime. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to the Louie T Network for more great content in 2017 and beyond. We're changing the game one live feed at a time. I want you to help us do that by simply hitting that subscribe button. If you can, please donate to the Louie T Network. Those are the two ways to do so, through Patreon or PayPal. Those links that you see in front of you are how you can donate. And I've been telling y'all, look out for Xavien Howard. I'll tell you once more. I've been saying it all year. I've been saying it. This guy is talented. He's got the measurables. He's got the skill set. He's got the talent. The light bulb's going to come on. It's starting to come on. You saw it again tonight. I leave you with this thought again. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one. Thanks for joining me. A great play by their young corner that I love. I think he's going to be really good. He's got his growing pains. There are times he gets beat or gets called for PI. But I think that young Baylor corner, he's going to be something. I really like his game. I've said it before. I've talked about how I think he's going to continue to develop. And Xavien Howard, eventually, the light bulb's going to come on for him, and he's going to become a really good corner for them.